Hello everyone, and welcome to Yoshi 1 Kenobi's Azorius Party deck. Now the goal of this deck is to play party people in white and blue and leverage some of the payoffs of the party mechanics. In terms of payoffs, what do we have? We have Squad Commander, one of the biggest payoffs. When it enters the battlefield, you get a +1, 1/1 warrior for each creature type in your party. So at the worst, it's a 3/3 that spawns a 1/1. At best, it's a 3/3 that spawns 4 1/1s, which is very good. At the beginning of combat, if you have a full party, creatures get +1/+0 and indestructible, which means you get a free attack with all your stuff, and you've summoned 4 1/1s that are now 2/2s attacking. Very powerful payoff. What else do we have? We have Archpriest of Iona, which grows as your party grows. Also, it gets a creature +1/+1 and flying once you have a full party. Other payoff we have is the Nimble Trapfinder, which whenever you have a full party, and a creature deals combat damage to a player, you draw a card. And that's actually much better than I originally thought. You get to squeeze in some damage early on with the evasion effect, and then later on, once you get your full party, you refill your hand with a bunch of new cards and generate so much advantage that your opponent can't catch up. Along the same things, we have Spoils of Adventures, which is basically a cheap Sphinx's Revelation in the party deck. Often you'll get to cast it for 3, maybe 4, but draw 3, gain 3 for 3 or 4 mana is extremely powerful. Well, let's see how we're wrapping up our party. Well, we're playing 2 warriors. We're playing Seasoned Hallowblade, Squad Commander. Both solid on their own, good with party. We're playing 2 wizards, Linvala and Barrin. Both solid cards on their own, yet fit our party description. Then we're playing Archpriest of Iona and Luminarch Aspirant. Both clerics, both fairly solid on their own and a good party payoff. Which means we need rogues. Well, we said Nimble Trapfinder is our rogue of excellence in terms of payoff, so we need another rogue. So we're playing Zulaport Duelist to iron out our curve. So we needed a bit more 1-drops. And it's been showing up more and more in those rogues lists that Zulaport Duelist is just a 1-mana 1/1 that spawns out of nowhere, and you can use it as a combat trick. And the -2/-0 is actually quite relevant and fairly decent. And because it fills in our curve so well, it allows us to have 2 rogues, 2 clerics, 2 wizards, and 2 warriors. We have the perfect balance in our deck to get a full party. But to wrap it up, what is better than actually wild cards? Which is why we're playing 2 Stonework Packbeast to try and maximize our odds of having a full party. In terms of lands, we're playing 12/12, just basics. We don't want tap lands. We're an aggressive tempo strategy that relies on aggression to defeat our opponent. And that is the idea behind the Azorius Party, aiming to make full parties and get full value out of those payoff cards. Now let's see the deck in action. We are playing Azorius Party on MTG Arena Standard against Whimsical Ducks. Alright, we have a fairly good hand. Missing a 2-drop, but we have a ton of those. So hopefully we'll draw one of them in our first 2 draws. It's not going to be draw number 1, but I believe in draw number 2. So we're missing double blue for Barrin, but that's alright. We have Linvala, which is pretty good. 3/3 flyer that fulfills our wizard slot. That's what we're looking for. And we do draw a rogue, which means that the Archpriest will get a swing for 2. We'll pass a turn back. So you have perfect curve. They have cleric, rogue, wizard, warrior. Which is quite scary. Even Love Strike Beast probably can't match that. Yes, you do hit me for 1. Now I'll cast Linvala Sheild of Seagate. which means that Trapfinder is unblockable right now, right? Alright, let's pass the turn back. Now we have a beautiful squad commander next turn. Come on, no removal. Come on, no removal. Questing Beast would also hurt. No removal, no Questing Beast. And no Ember Cleave? I'm starting to make a lot of requests. I know. And theoretically our opponent could Ember Cleave. Off of the Goose mana. Alright, 5 mana opened. Just the pure Gem Razor. Alright. Squad Commander, the perfect curve. Alright, so at the beginning of combat, if you have a full party, you get to make a creature useless. So Gem Razor will be useless. I will make the Archpriest flying. Not that it really matters. We get the +1 attack from the squad commander, and we'll get to draw the cards off of the Trapfinder. Now that's a good party. It's really Azorius Party at its best. Fortunately, Linvala's ability is only until the end of my turn. So our opponent has a serious backswing. Vivian's not going to do it though. And that should be game. We just have too many attackers.
Beauty lies in variation.
Also we get the Barrin. We want to make really sure. Let's block the thing that can block the flyers. Although the beast token also has reach. Let's play the Seasoned Hallowblade, because we can. No, your reach can't block. And that's how it's done. Just perfect curve with Azorius Party. I'm playing Azorius Party on MTG Arena Standard against Anko-Yu. Anko-Yu. Alright, we can play this. We have an Archpriest. I think we have all our types. Yeah, we do. Let's open up with the Cleric, the most powerful one. That rogue is more of a combat trick than anything else. Alright. Yeah, I'm going to play it. Just because we have such a good curve. I'll mill myself for 2. For no real reason. I regret doing that. Actually, I really should say I regret nothing, but I kind of do regret it. Alright, well, Barrin will go in, bounce the U's, swing for 4, and pass the turn back. Ah, not a Wicked Wolf. His opponent's really playing hard food. Alright. I still think I want a squad commander here. Getting 3 1/1s is pretty powerful. The opponent has a food available, so there's no point attacking with the Archpriest. Not until we have a full party. Fortunately, our opponent got rid of our wizard. So I guess we're hiring. Hiring for a wizard? Anybody knows a famous wizard? Actually, we'll settle for any kind of wizard at this point. Well, let's go digging for one. Spoils of Adventure. We get a wizard. The Stonework Packbeast. Which means that Archpriest gets flying. Everything gets +1/+0 and indestructible, and we swing. Go for the face. Go for the face. You will match my indestructible creature with your own indestructible creature, which allows you to draw a card. Still fine by me, because you're gonna take a beating. You really should have blocked with use. I mean, that's living life on the edge. The Azorius Party just gets it done, thanks to our mechanical wizard completing our party. We're playing Azorius Party in Zendikar Rising Standard against Casonorio. That is yucky, because we don't have white mana, but we have a pair of wizards, a rogue and a warrior, and 3 lands. This opponent's playing Lurrus, so potentially cycling. White auras. Most likely cycling. I've seen a bunch of those lately. I think we'll keep. If we're lucky, we might ambush something with Duelist. And we get lucky to draw the planes. There it is. We'll keep the Duelist for an ambush. Play the Hallowblade for face value. Pass turn back. Opponent makes its counter token. Opponent proceeds to cycle more cards. Alright. So we can bounce the Rescuer, or we get to bounce the token, or Duelist, but I think we'll just do the value play. Be mana efficient and play the Linvala. Because that's what we should be doing. Nope, nope. Do not accidentally click attack all, and swing your 3/1 into a pair of 1/1s. It's not relevant that there's a pair of them, it just feels like a bigger mistake. Because it's not like it's hidden and you've missed it, you really just ran into it. Well, it doesn't have that much action going on though. Maybe a pair of Zenith Flares? Luminarch Aspirant. I like that. It's gonna allow me to pressure with the Hallowblade, especially with the Duelist back. Yes. Ambushed! Unfortunately we mill our opponent for 2, so it's really not what we wanted to do. More cycling for you. But that's okay, because it protects the Hallowblade and gets rid of a couple of your blockers. Now I do give you an attack with those 1/1s. Yeah, our opponent's just setting up for massive Zenith Flares. I think our opponent just wants to go Zenith Flare into Zenith Flare into me crying on the ground. Something like that. Alright, well, I think we want to play Barrin. Wait, do we have Cleric, Rogue, Wizard? We have a full party here. Your Valiant Rescuer bugs me. So I'll send it back to your hand. That is fine. Move to combat. You shall not block. Guess I kind of want to keep my duelist back. And that's 4. And we're still at the mercy of Zenith Blade. Zenith Flares. Flourishing Fox. Always bad news. Opponent's keeping his Zenith Flare up. Yeah, that thing can go pretty big. Let's keep on growing then. Linvala. We can relatively safely attack with these. I'm happy with that trade. We take 5. We get Zenith flared. And then we lose, I think. Zenith flare, Zenith flare? That deserves an angry emote icon. Yeah, we got flared for 24. That's why we should be playing the counter spell. That would have been nice and very satisfying. But we didn't. And so you win this round. Cycling deck. We're playing Azorius Party in Zendikar Rising Standard against Oid! I'm pretty sure it's Lloyd, but whoever typed it just missed the L and went, Oid, I guess that's my name now. I'll keep this. Archpriest, Trapfinder with a squad commander. All we need is to draw specifically land and Linvala, and we're good to go. I'm not asking much of our deck. Also, our opponent needs not to play any removal. Very simple asks. See? Drawing Ninvala. Right on time. Now I just need a land. They won't even be picky. Anytime in the next 2 turns is perfectly acceptable. I would say untap land, but we're not playing tap land, so it's kind of a moot point. Their opponent has a goose, so it's not a moo point, it's more like a ha 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 point type of thing. Alright, Selesnya Goose. But we had everything. See, we're even gonna top deck the land. I should be playing Doom Foretold and then just say, it's as I foretold! We drew exactly what we wanted. Kind of. But our opponent was not meant to have removal. That's part of the deal, opponent. Lloyd. Alright. Opponent has... Okay, opponent pays 3 life to play land. Visionary. Okay, so that's the Selesnya Yorion deck. Without Yorion as the companion, but just plain old main deck Yorions. Let's play a squad commander. Get more aggro out. Force the trade with the Visionary, most likely. I'd rather if our opponent didn't trade and just let the damage go through. We'd be closer to our full party. And full party equals game with the squad commander. But I really wanted to keep up the pressure. And that includes not letting your opponent resolve a Yorion with a Glass Casket and a Visionary in play, and a Goose. Just starting to be a bit too much value. Alright. That's a charming play. Gain 3 life. You don't see that mode every day. Unless you're a mono red player, in which case you probably do. Alright, and a Florahedron. What do we have? Well, we can Hallowblade, or we can Spoils. I'll play the land, that's for sure. Now, we'll attack with Linvala, we'll attack with the Squad Commander. That's pretty sure. Do we attack with the 1/1s? If we do, the opponent can block with Charming Prince, block with Goose, which means it's 1 extra point of damage for a total of 7. Which also means the opponent doesn't chump Linvala with the Goose. Opponent goes down to 6. Then we're a little out of pressure. Otherwise, we attack for 6. Opponent has no good blocks. Let's keep the tokens. Simply because we'll be playing the Spoils. Yeah, that would have been an odd double block. I would like to lose 2 creatures, please. There is a slight possibility that we'll draw an Archpriest. I had to make sure to tap right. Elspeth conquers death. What do you target? It really doesn't matter. Because I'm sacking Linvala anyways. Actually, you should have targeted the Squad Commander. Because that forces me to call Hexproof. That's interesting. Well, we're playing the island. We get to play 2 cards. Opponent doesn't have that much to revive what else, but conquers that. I think I have to go Squad Commander Hallowblade. And now trading a token for 2 points of damage is well worth it. Don't really want to bounce the Charming Prince right now. Remake that token. Opponent doesn't get to revive anything yet. What else but conquers that? Opponent's still on 5 mana. Yorion's about as bad as it gets, because the opponent would gain 3 life. Exile Squad Commander. Don't care too much about the Glass Gasket. I mean, get the Hallowblade. Yeah. Elspeth conquers that is rough. Exiling a Squad Commander. Oh, you're going after the Hallowblade. Alright. Well, we have Wizard, Rogue, Warrior. All we need is a Cleric. Oh, greedy. Yeah. You got greedy, my friend. You needed Yorion for defense, and you're going to pay for it quite dearly. Because I get to attack you for very lethal and draw a whole bunch of cards. Greed never pays off. We are playing Azorius Party in Zendikar Rising Standard against Gzalhas. Oh, we have a okay hand. I mean, Archpriest into Hallowblade is pretty much as aggressive as it gets. And the rest of our hand is about as passive as it gets. So hopefully we'll draw a turn 2 or turn 3 play in the next 2 cards. Opponent's playing Lurrus. Okay, opponent's playing Cycling. Ooh, that's tasty. Linvala. Hit you while we can. With 2 from the Archpriest, then pass the turn back. Opponent will go cycle, cycle. Oh, that hurts. Opponent's about to have 2 monstrous beasts. 2 monstrous foxes. Alright, well, in the face of all this, we're playing Linvala and we're striking the iron while it's hot. I'm okay if you want to block. Please block the Hallowblade. Okay, I'm good with that. We don't have a good way of dealing with large creatures. That's a minor annoyance. And by minor I mean actually fairly big. Not sure why the opponent didn't cycle here. Alright, well, we can swing with 3 in the air from Linvala, and then we spoils. We attack with both opponent cycles, blocks with a 1-1, and we're in bad shape from the Hallowblade. So yeah, we attack with Linvala. There's no downside really to that. We're on the offensive footing. And I think we pass the turn back with spoils in hand. Surprise, surprise, the opponent had a cycling card in hand. Nobody saw that coming. Oh my. That's a lot of foxes. Yeah, that's fair. You get to attack, you get a 1-1. More cycling. I'll take 6. Down to 14. Opponent has 5 cards with cycling in the yard. You will gain 3 life and draw 3 cards. That's what I call a Sphinx's Revelation. The new and improved. Alright, so what do we do here? Luminarch Aspirant and Trapfinder will allow us to draw some cards. So why not? Cleric, Wizard, Rogue, and Warrior. At your service. Well, if we make it so that the token can't block, then we get to attack with the Hallowblade. Could give it a +1/+1 counter. But then we're in trouble on the backswing. Where do we want to be on the backswing? It doesn't really matter, because the opponent will make a new token anyways. Never mind. Hit you for 4 in the air. Draw a card. Oh, that's good. That's really good. So now we just need to live. His next turn will get a free attack with a Trapfinder, free attack with Linvala. The opponent is out of mana for a Solar Flare, so the opponent's not gaining any life or killing us with this. I think we got it. I think there's no way out for opponent. Just need to be sure that we don't lose to something stupid like 3 cycling cards. I already have a full party. I don't really need the Stonework Packbeast. The Trapfinder and Linvala will go to +1, so that's 6, 8. Nah, that's enough. So let's throw away the Packbeast. Opponent cycles. Then it's time for the good game. That was really bad. I should have thrown away the spoils. Well, that complicates things. Alright, I'll let you fight it. I don't think the play changes very much. We still go Squad Commander. Go to combat. Trapfinder. Trapfinder will hit you for 3. I'll pass the turn back. So we chum the Flourishing Foxes. Opponent gets to cast Lurrus if they want. So I'm hard pressed to attack with something more than the Trapfinder, so I guess I'll just block 2 of those. Cleric is not what we're looking for. So I'll go Spoils. Squad Commander, I guess. Then we attack with Trapfinder. If we attack... No, if we attack with anything else, then Lurrus gets a block and gains some life. And that's not good. Now the opponent gets to go for blood. Opponent could have fought the Trapfinder. Maybe they have another go for blood in hand? That makes sense. Oh, Solar Flare. Opponent's holding back a Solar Flare. With 8 cycling cards in the graveyard. So you need to live with at least 7. You can afford to take 7 points of damage. This one's a fairly complicated board state. This turned out to be an interesting game. Alright, so opponent wants to Solar Flare the Trapfinder, I imagine. Guess I should start by casting Squad Commander. Tapping appropriately. Then I'll play another Aspirant. If opponent Solar Flares us for 8, opponent goes up to 10. So one counter on Trapfinder is enough. And the other one... let's put it on one of the Squad Commanders. There's no reason to put more on the Trapfinder. We'll attack, we'll get Solar Flared. Zenith Flared. Opponent finds the pressure card. Starts cycling away. The foxes are pretty big. Yeah, we really need to deal with that Lyris. Or just kill off our opponent. We do have 3 Squad Commanders. That's pretty good. Not gonna lie. Now Luminarch Aspirants get to start stacking counters on Linvala. Yeah, Lyris can only cast permanent. That's why you can't cast Go for Blood. I mean, I really should know this. Opponent keeps on gaining life, burning us. We are now pretty much dead to Zenith Flare. We are now officially dead to Zenith Flare. Opponent is cycling for days. Ooh, that was our end step. We are dead to Zenith Flare. Ah, that was anticlimactic. But we had our shot. I thought it was in the pocket and I forgot about Go for Blood. Oh well, that was a good game. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe by clicking the Yoshi icon at the right of your screen. It doesn't cost you any mana and it greatly helps to support this channel and keep the awesome videos coming.